This time on Finnegan's Garage, it's an update on the Trade My Truck disaster and the Death Metal Charger. We're bringing it back, which I don't think I ever showed it to you, so it's not really coming back, but, well, whatever, just watch. In episode 75, we told you we wanted to trade our 1984 Chevrolet R30 ramp truck, which was a 34-foot long behemoth with a small block Chevy and a Turbo 400 trans that was missing the back door and had a bit of rust. You know, it needed some work. And every day since then, it's been like going on a treasure hunt. I click into the email box and just see what's out there. What are people willing to give us? And it's been amazing. We've had everything from gold watches to girlfriends to the weirdest automobiles, motorcycles, and go-karts I've ever seen. Some guy even tried to trade us a test fixture for computers. We're not nerds, so we didn't know what to do with that, but thanks for offering. Anyway, we think we have it narrowed down to one particular trade, and I don't want to show it to you because I don't want to jinx it, but I think next week we're going to Maryland to trade Big Red for something maybe even cooler. Not sure. In the meantime, say hello to the Death Metal Charger, my 1968 Dodge Charger, which sat in a barn for 50 years before Tony, Angelo, and I rescued it during an episode of Roadkill last summer. And we road tripped it from here to Indy, showed it to the guy who originally built it, Joe Barry. I think we ruined his day, really, because it turns out he really didn't like the car all that much and kind of ruined his life. But whatever, that's neither here nor there. Newburn and I right now are getting this thing ready for a roadkill shoot, so we're going to show you all the crap we have to do in the next 24 to 48 hours to make this ready to go to Roadkill Nights in Pontiac, Michigan. The man cave side of the garage is fully remodeled. I know, right? It's practically restored. Especially now that our media library is, fully functional. Look at that. We got magazines.
Wash my hands.
Wash basin. All the good cassette tapes. The bad ones wouldn't fit up on the shelf. Those are just the good ones. And are they 3 deep or 2 deep? Yeah, they're stacked 3 deep.
3 deep.
3 deep. No more running upstairs to use the facilities. Ever since the roadkill shoot, this thing has been DOA. I haven't driven it since. Dave drove it once.
Yeah.
What happened?
I took it to a car show in Lineville, Alabama, and on the way home, it decided to just shut off.
Yes.
Left me stranded for like 4 hours.
Yes. It died when the module inside of our Mallory Unilite distributor just decided to fail. It failed even though we ran it with a ballast resistor. We ran it without a ballast resistor. It just was like, no, not going to work. So the car sat for a few more months, and then finally we ordered a brand new distributor. And this distributor has an issue, and I'm pretty sure this is the problem, with our magnetic pickup coil moving about and actually touching the reluctor wheel. See how it's stuck there? It's magnetized. See they're touching? And even if you adjust it, because you can, there's a slotted mount there, you can adjust it because this thing moves. They end up touching each other. So it still didn't want to move, and this car has to be on a pilot transport truck tomorrow because it's headed out to Roadkill Nights, this awesome event we have on Woodward Avenue every year, and we're filming another episode of Roadkill with it, but it currently doesn't run. So the folks at Summit Racing were kind enough to hurry up and overnight me a brand new MSD ready-to-run Pro Billet distributor, which negates the need for any other module. Like, currently, we have the old school Chrysler 5-wire plug module there. We've even tried to run this thing with an HEM module. We tried both of them. Well, we're finally giving up because it's the distributor that seems to be the problem. And we're going to install a new one. And wouldn't you know it, the distributor actually hits our Edelbrock cylinder head. So we can't even install the new one easily. It just won't fall in there. It probably fits just fine with stock heads. And I'm guessing these Edelbrock castings are just a little thicker right there. So
It will fit shortly.
It will fit now, yes. We'll make something happen. We can't really grind the distributor housing because that thing is not real thick right there.
Well, that and it's, look how pretty it is.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
We don't want to mess with it.
Okay, you got it, Mark?
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. There's our witness mark. Right there. That's where it hits. So we're going to grind that. Probably go 1/4 inch either direction and down.
Yeah, it's not hitting that much. It's just enough.
Just enough for it
Not to seat properly.
Yeah, not to want to go. Never be afraid to grind on perfectly good brand new parts. This is what you gotta do. This is what you gotta do. Stuff hardly, rarely, ever bolts together. It's just the way it is.
I'm willing to do this because I don't like the Mopar electronics y'all got going on. So if we can simplify that by grinding on that head, I'm down.
Yeah. Yes. Me too. It's in. And it's simple to hook up. Check this out. 3 wires. Red, black, orange. Black is ground. Red goes to a 12-volt ignition source. Orange goes to the negative side of the coil. The positive side of the coil also gets 12-volt ignition. And then it should run. Ready?
Yeah.
If this lights off, we need to shut it off and change the oil because Lord knows it's been flooded up 100 times trying to make it run.
I don't like the if.
All right, when it lights off. That wasn't encouraging. Let's give it a little bit of timing. Try it again. That's really not encouraging. This is gonna be really dumb if this just turns out to be crappy gas. This is gonna be really dumb. Well, it's flammable. Is the fire department gonna come?
I don't understand.
What's that gonna do to my driveway?
No, nothing. Ooh, we should go put this on the oil spots.
That lasts a long time. Alright, well the gas seems to be flammable. It looks weird though, look at that. Looks like pit. Wait, that looks like water in there too. Let's let it sit and see if it separates. Here's a little update for you. Tomorrow, Death Metal Charter is supposed to be on a pilot transport truck bound for Roadkill Nights, where we're gonna engage in a roadkill shoot with this shootout amongst several Dodge cars. And what started out as a bad distributor turned into much worse things. We're pretty sure the cam timing is totally screwed, and we're about to pull the timing cover off to find out what do we find back here. And why is the cam timing totally screwed? Telltale sign that we have a cam timing problem. That's the 0 mark. We should be at TDC. That dot should line up here, and it doesn't. It's moved this far. And if you look, the dowel pin, that's pretty much broke off the snout of the camshaft, which means this turned and settled in a new spot and screwed up our cam timing, and that's why our engine no longer runs. Let's hope it comes off.
Oh, it's broke. It's broke off in the...
Oh yeah. So that's not good. It broke the dowel off in the cam. Did a good job of hogging out our slot there. She's wallered. She's very wallered. Shouldn't be that way, you know. Not if you want to keep her around.
But we, with the help of others, figured out the problem. Finally.
It's only been a year.
Dang.
Sat around for a year. I think. I don't know. It felt like a year. I have no idea. Might have been 6 months.
If anyone needs an ignition system for a Dodge, we have 4 of them.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
We have multiple sets of plug wires, several distributors.
The great thing about that is one of those distributors, we actually found a problem with it.
Oh, yeah.
That totally unrelated to this, but yeah, the magnetic pickup coil loose. Okay. Now to get that out. There's the culprit. That's the half of the dowel pin that was broke off in the camshaft. We just drilled it, tapped it, and knocked it out with a hammer and a drift up against this pair of vice grip pliers. And now, Bo Shears is here, and he brought us another cam that has a dowel pin in it. So we'll put that dowel pin out of that cam into that cam. We should be back together in 2 hours.
Yeah.
I do believe she's fixed.
I know she's fixed.
What time is it?
I don't know.
It's late.
It's dark.
It's dark. It's dark enough that neighbors won't be thrilled, but we have to know. Does it run? And the transport's coming tomorrow morning to pick this thing up, so kind of needs to run. Leave the ignition off when you're cranking it.
That's us, buddy.
All right, ignition on. There we go. Now we got an engine again. Now we have a running, well, almost running.
Oh, that's right. I'm calling it a win.
Well, it's not happy, but it's alive again. Loudest lifters ever. Turns out the Death Metal Charger broke almost a year ago because it sheared the dowel pin out of the front of the camshaft. We fixed that, but all the lifters are not pumping up. It's got a hydraulic flat tappet camshaft, which I am not a fan of flat tappet camshafts, but
That's already sounding better.
cool.
I'll be back. Keep your phone on.
I can't believe the car runs again. I'm so happy.
I know.
I was freaking out too when the lifters didn't pump up and it rattled really bad. I thought, we're done. All that work and we're done.
I've been there before. I knew if we just drive it on the block, get the air out of it, be fine.
Much better. All right. And now that we know it runs and it's probably not going to explode or come to a grinding halt, we're going to lower the car. You'll see that next time on Finnegan's Garage. Okay, well, we already lowered it, but we'll show it to you next time on Finnegan's Garage. Look,
Well, we're lower in the back. Like
we cut the hell out of the back of it already to get it lower.
There's a lot more to the back than there is the front.
You'll see that soon.
I like this. I like all this right here.
Oh,
It makes me feel safe.
yeah. Plumb your whole house with this. Okay.